Welcome back. It's time to close out the week with our own Shannon Becker and his big 3 stories.
Well, they're not just mine. They're all of ours. See,
Yeah.
I just happen to be there. I happen to be live and local when it happens, right? Our number 3 story this week, Joplin News First. We're still talking about this. It's now national news. A couple from Pineville, they've been charged in federal court with felony kidnapping with intent to kill. And yesterday, Arkansas prosecutors requested from a federal judge to have them brought back to Arkansas and charged with capital murder and kidnapping. And the prosecutor in Northwest Arkansas says they are seeking the death penalty. Precedent, perhaps in this case, in Missouri, back in 2004 in Skidmore, Missouri, a Kansas woman killed a pregnant woman, took her baby. The baby did live. And also, just yesterday, a Texas woman was convicted and sentenced to death. Oh, I'm sorry, the Skidmore case, she was put to death, I'm sorry. And then this case yesterday in Texas, it was a 2020 crime, and she was sentenced to death by a jury in Texas yesterday.
And just in a nutshell, like Amber is charged with kidnapping a woman from Arkansas, if you guys hadn't been following this story, and bringing her to McDonald County, Missouri.
Yes.
Basically cutting the baby out.
Yeah, and the baby did not survive.
Horrible situation.
There's a lot to it, but you have to check it out. KOAM News Now on our Joplin News First tab. Number 2, this came down yesterday. It was 7th and Maiden Lane. It was originally built as a Taco Tico. I always wondered, you know, the kind of weird shape of the building and stuff. Taco Tico kind of, as a company, went out of business in the late 80s. But we had the building for a long time. It was Babe's, and then it was not Gringo's, it was Babe's, then it was Mojo Burger.
When I moved here in 2005, this was one of my favorite places to go eat in Joplin.
It used to be super happening. So building is coming down. There are rumors. What's it going to be? You can find out more on our website also. Our number 1 story, there was a 5-car pile-up on 32nd Street. And a child, all minor injuries except a minor child suffered life-threatening injuries, was flown to another hospital for a higher level of care. And I just learned overnight that child is off the ventilator and now alert. So that's good news.
That is very good, very
news.
good. Now, do you know which of the vehicles that the child was in?
The one that's really smashed there, the second to the last. There's a minivan and the child was in the back seat with another child, both in their car seats. But if you can see the damage there, it's just horribly significant.
Yeah, there's no backseat anymore.
Yeah, and then our bonus story of the week, today at noon, a Vietnam soldier who was killed is going to be recognized and added to the memorial at Memorial Hall. The class of 1965 of Joplin High School realized recently that Lawrence McCrae's name was not on the memorial, which I'm not necessarily sure why, but they have paid now to have his name put on the memorial. I was there the other morning when they did that, and today at noon they'll have a ceremony for Lawrence. He was a part of the class of 1965, and then he was killed while serving our country overseas in a non-related, they call it a non-hostile accident. They were building a runway for planes to land, and he was injured when there was an explosion. But of course, he was laid to rest. He's on the Vietnam Wall, but now he'll be on the Joplin Veterans Wall as well.
Great way to honor him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, and you said that ceremony
today at noon.
At noon?
Today at noon at 8th and Wall. So if you guys wanted to stop by and do that. So thank you to the class of 1965 for noticing that. You never know.
Of course, we'll have an update on our website for that.
Yeah, that's our big 3.